Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. What a blockbuster night we have in store for you guys. Now, it's gone crazy in terms of this Mason Mount stuff. I thought I would hold fire. There were things happening at 8:30, 9:30, 10:30. I'm like, I'm just going to wait. I'm not doing the same thing like last night. I'm going to wait, I'm going to hold fire. So this video is a little later than usual, but I think it's justified with what we're going to talk about today after what has transpired this evening. So before we get cracking, I want to let you know this is video 2 of 2 for today. If you haven't caught the first video already, I will leave a link right here for you guys. Go and check that out first. You can pause here, go and check it out, and then come back here, or you can be, weird and do it the other way around. As I now say, whatever floats your boat. So let's get right into the nitty gritty. I'm bringing all the slogans out for you guys tonight. I'm telling you, the t-shirts will come. The t-shirts will come, and you guys better be there for it. Let me know in the comments. Do you want t-shirts? Let me know. I can try and make that happen. Let me know. Right, let's get cracking into the madness that's transpired this evening and tonight in and around Mason Mount. I'm going to do this in chronological order in terms of time. Right, we're going to go in time, chronological order. From when it happened, what started it, to what we now have as the latest. So, let's go with Nathan Gissing, the owner of CFC News page on Instagram, he's, I would say, very, very reputable source in terms of Chelsea information. Came out with this, and this was coming from Jonathan Northcroft of the Sunday Times with this information. Here we go. Let's get cracking. This was at 8 p.m. Manchester United have dropped their interest to sign Mason Mount, as per Jonathan Northcroft reported. The current feeling is Mount will remain at Chelsea for the summer, who has 1 year left on his contract and ideally never wanted to leave. Goes on to say, at 8:30, more on Mason Mount. Mount's preference was to remain at Chelsea, but he felt he was getting forced out. Chelsea's last contract offer was in February, which was a 1 year extension. Current feeling now, it's unlikely contract talks reopen between Chelsea and Mount. That's what happened up until 8:30. We'll get cracking with the 9:30 stuff onwards. But what I don't get about this 1 year extension doesn't add up, because apparently there were actual contract offers before that. How does that work? How do you offer a contract? Here's a contract, a new contract. Here you go. Don't want it? Okay. Negotiate. Boom, boom, boom. Keep talking. Okay, here's another contract. Apparently there was 2 contract offers, right? Up until when Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart came into the picture. 2 contract offers, and then we go to, oh no, we're going to offer you a 1 year extension. How does that make any sense? I'm going to take all that with a pinch of salt. Because that's bizarre. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in regards to that. Then the 9:30 stuff came in, and this was from Fabrizio Romano. After that news had broke 1 hour before, Fabrizio came out with this on his YouTube channel, saying, breaking news, Chelsea and Manchester United are still in contact, and the expectation is that Mount leaves. Goes on to say, and this is from Fabrizio Romano at 10:40, understand Manchester United have not left the negotiations for Mason Mount, as a £55 million bid is still valid on the table, but not accepting Chelsea's £65 million counter offer. Door remains open, but Man United will not wait forever, believing £55 million is a fair bid. Now, I honestly, with the way that all of this has transpired today, I honestly think this is more to do with Manchester United trying to play a little bit of hardball. Which, again, look, I said this earlier on in terms of Bedad Eghbali in the first video. Bedad Eghbali, and Todd, if Todd's involved, I'm sure. But the Chelsea, the Chelsea side offering a counter offer and then asking to meet face to face, right? And we made the whole deal about how Bedad Eghbali walks in like Phil Mitchell and tries to get this done gangster style, right? Which has worked so far. It's worked. So up until this point, we're happy to do it. But now I honestly think it's a way of Manchester United, my opinion, a way of Manchester United to get it out there that, no, we're not going to do it that way. And see what Chelsea come back with. I do think these are all tactics. From Chelsea side and from Man United side. I still think a deal will be done. You know, and now trying to come up with the thing of, nah, you know what, Mount will be happy to stay, I think is a way of making it look like to Chelsea that Manchester United, well, we're not desperate. I think Manchester United are trying to make it look like, we don't want the player that much. You know, here's the bid, you're taking it or leaving it. And that's the tactic that I think Chelsea came up with initially, at first, with the whole, look, we're going to do this our way. Here's our counter offer. Let's meet face to face. So, because we know Chelsea are in a position of, in terms of the club and Mason Mount, the club don't actually need Mason Mount. The club are looking at this going, we're not going to bend over backwards to try and keep you at the club. I truly believe this. If this was Marina and Roman, I think we would. I actually think we will try and do our best to keep Mason Mount at Chelsea Football Club. I think with these new owners, I think they're going, now look, homegrown, academy, pure profit. We have FFP issues. We need to balance the books. We can't take another loss for a third year consecutively. Mason Mount will generate the most profit. We'll be happy to let him go because we're getting a midfielder anyway. I truly think that's where the new ownership at Chelsea are looking at this and going, look, here's an offer. Here's what we're trying to give you. Take it or leave it. If you take it, great, right, cool. If you don't, then... Because if you take it, it's on our terms. We're happy to give you those terms. If you don't take it, then you're leaving. Great, we're going to generate just pure profit from you. And we could use that right now. So that's why I think Chelsea are. And Man United are trying to come into the picture, make it look like we're not that desperate for the player. I truly think it's all negotiating tactics. This will be resolved, in my personal opinion. Ben Jacobs tells us what he reckons in terms of this whole saga and says, expect many more twists to come. Here it is. Manchester United's £55 million bid for Mason Mount remains on the table. They haven't walked away. Club just refused to cave to Chelsea's 58 million plus 7 counter. Man United will do a deal if it's on their terms and for under 60 million. Still more twist to the saga because the clubs are talking. I truly think now, and this is where I said initially I think a deal will be done with 55 plus 5 as an offer, and I stick to that. Because Chelsea have offered, Manchester United, have offered Chelsea 50 plus 5. 50 million plus 5 million as add-ons. Chelsea have come back with 58 million plus 7. As I've said, I truly think a middle ground that I always saw as the middle ground was 55 million plus 5 million add-ons. And I think that it comes to the 60 million that United are willing to come to and what Chelsea are willing to get for him. I think that's the middle ground and I think that's going to happen. So it's a matter of time in my personal opinion. I truly think these are all negotiating tactics. Mason Mount will be out the door. And I think that relationship is broken. Whatever mention there is of, now Mason always wanted to stay, he might just stay. I think it's completely broken between him and the club. And Chelsea are not going to be stupid. I said this. This is why I'm adamant. They will sell Mason Mount. They're not dumb. Man United, I also think, know that. Let's be honest, right? We know that Chelsea are trying to be in a very good negotiating position. We know that Manchester United know that Chelsea can keep Mason Mount and let him go on a free next summer. And they know that if they do that, they don't get a penny. So, of course, Chelsea are going to sell him. But they're trying to drag this out to the very, very last possibility of maximising the amount of profit they're going to get from this deal. That's it. Even if it comes down to 55 and Chelsea are just forced to accept, they'll accept it. Of course they will. But I think they will come to some sort of a deal. Mason Mount will be leaving Chelsea Football Club because I don't think Chelsea are willing to just let him go on a free. And forget the whole thing about a contract negotiation happening between Mason Mount and Chelsea. I think that's broken as well. Because this is where my initial opinion came in early about how I don't see this happening. What Mason's demands were and what we heard Mason's demands were compared to what Chelsea were trying to actually give him were so far apart, it's ridiculous. It's not going to happen. Or Chelsea cave and give Mason Mount 250k a week like Reece James is on. Or is Reece James on 230 or somewhere there. If we give him that, yeah, maybe he'll accept. But I don't think Chelsea will do that. Why? We're actually trying to bring the wage structure down. That's just the reality. So, yeah, this is why I don't see it happening. We'll wait and see. But, hold the phone. Everyone stop right there. There's more. There's more. And this could be the key to Chelsea getting exactly what they want for Mason Mount. And it's come from none other than our previous, one of our previous gaffers, not our previous gaffer. Our previous gaffer technically was Graham Potter. It's Mr. Audi TT, Thomas Tuchel. Here it is. Bayern Munich are stepping up their interest in Mason Mount and attempting to capitalise on Manchester United's struggle to agree a fee with Chelsea for the midfielder. That came from Jacob Steinberg earlier tonight at 10:30, so that news came in late. Thomas Tuchel. I always knew he'd come in clutch. Mr. Audi TT. Yeah, man. Tuchel. We miss you, man. How are you? How are you doing? We hope you're all right. We hope you're well. Yeah, go on, mate. Get involved. Honestly, get involved. If we get a bidding war between Man United and Bayern Munich for Mason Mount, happy days. Because then I think we will actually get 65 million. If Bayern Munich come in, you best believe they'll probably get him. They will probably get him. And I think many Chelsea fans will be more than happy to see Mason Mount go to Bayern Munich. You know, because there are some Chelsea fans, I think, that have doubts. Personally, I don't have much doubt. There are Chelsea fans, though, that have doubts that if he goes to Man United, he'll blow. He'll become top tier. He will become, fantastic. Eric Ten Hag will turn him into flipping, I don't know, Lampard reincarnated. Something, right? New Paul Scholes. Who knows? I personally don't think that's going to happen. The way that Man United play, their system, how Mount's going to fit in, I truly think we're going to see the same Mount that we saw at Chelsea. That's my honest opinion. We'll see what happens. But Bayern Munich get involved. Many of those Chelsea fans that have doubts in terms of giving a player to direct competition will automatically just be like, yeah, send him off to Germany. We don't have to see him again. Let him play for Bayern Munich. Let him play under Thomas Tuchel. He can do all his running there. No problem. I think everyone will be on board with that. So look, if Bayern Munich are legitimately getting involved, fantastic. Because now even Man United are going, oh crap. Okay, we might actually have to come some sort of halfway with Chelsea to get this done, if not Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich have the facilities to just wipe Man United off the floor right now. I say right now, because Qatar have not come in yet. So let the bidding war commence. Let the games begin. Absolutely happy for that. Absolutely. So let's wait and see what happens. Let me know your thoughts down below if they were to actually get involved, what you would feel. Now, let's move on to a player that we are chasing, that we do want. And, it does actually depend on the Mason Mount deal because we want to get the outgoings done before we move for this guy. And this is taking time. So here's the latest on Caicedo. Manchester United always appreciated Moises Caicedo, but the player wants to join Chelsea and personal terms are almost agreed. The Blues remain his priority. Now, that came out earlier on tonight after the news, flourished of Mason Mount's, the whole thing with United's collapsed. He's staying at Chelsea. There was an additional piece of news that came after that saying Manchester United have shifted focus from Mount to Caicedo. As Fabrizio has said, they've appreciated him, but the player wants Chelsea. Chelsea want the player. Personal terms almost agreed. It's a matter of just putting in a bid to Brighton, and that's going to happen once Mason Mount's out the door. So Chelsea need Mount to get out the door for them to go and bid for Caicedo. Now, personally, I think both can be done simultaneously, but Chelsea seem to have their reasons. I don't know, right? They want the outgoings done first. As I said, put a bid in for Brighton, unless if they legitimately don't have the funds, which is ridiculous. I truly think with Chelsea, we have the funds. We spent 600 million in 2 windows. So I think that it's a matter of time in terms of going in for Caicedo. Hopefully we get some sort of resolution with Mason Mount, then we can just focus on Caicedo and bring him to the club because he actually wants Chelsea. And this deal will be done quickly. As long as Brighton can just, cooperate, this will be done very fast because Caicedo has his wishes too, and Brighton have to listen. So, yeah, we'll wait and see what happens there in terms of Caicedo. Here's Fabrizio with more information. Chelsea want Caicedo and Caicedo wants Chelsea. The expectation is that Caicedo chooses Chelsea as his priority. Let's see if United attack the situation, but Caicedo almost agreed personal terms and Chelsea are expected to bid in the next days. All bearing that Mason Mount goes off to United, I'm guessing, right? Let's hurry up, honestly. As I said, I think we can do both simultaneously. So, and what's the worst case scenario? We get Caicedo and Mason Mount deal still not been done. Worst case. Let's move for Caicedo before something mad happens. Because big if, because I genuinely am feeling more optimistic about Caicedo now. If something went wrong, and it's because of time, I'll be fuming. If we actually just waited to try and get things done and then moved to Caicedo and we lost it because of that, when we could have actually just done it both simultaneously, I believe, why wait? So yeah, let's hope that we can get a bid into Brighton very, very soon, and we'll see what happens, because I think that will come to a good conclusion. Let's finish off with what's gone on at Manchester City. This it surprised me and it's not surprised me at the same time. Here it is. It surprised me because of the fee, but the player, I can totally understand why City would move for someone like him. Here's the latest from Manchester City. Understand Man City have now agreed personal terms with Josko Gvardiol. Pep Guardiola rates Josko highly. Talks will take place between the clubs. RB Leipzig hope to keep Gvardiol, but won't sell him for less than 100 million euros. Leipzig want Josko to be the most expensive centre-back ever. I can understand this profile of player. I think if there's one area on the pitch that City seem to lack in terms of compared to the rest, you look at their front line, they ain't lacking anything. You look at their midfield, they ain't lacking anything. You look at their defence, and they're not lacking, but if there's anywhere on the pitch where they could potentially be lacking, it's the centre-backs. It's the defensive line. Pep managed to do a madness with Ake in order for him to transform into the defender that he became. Ruben Diaz is looking solid. Stones got converted into a flipping DM, and it worked, right? I don't know how. Kyle Walker getting old a bit. There's the whole dynamic of that defensive line, which maybe could use a player or two, right? So I can understand them going for Gvardiol, but 100 million euros. City will pay that, don't get me wrong, because they haven't actually got to do much business. Manchester City are alright. They can buy maybe one or two players, they'll be fine. But, 100 million for Gvardiol. Euros. So that comes to about, 86 million quid or so? Is he worth it? Some would argue Harry Maguire's worth 80, so yes, absolutely he's worth 86. I agree. If we're using that comparison, but Maguire, 80 million was a mistake from the get-go. That shouldn't have happened. Leicester robbed Man United. Man United got scammed. So I hope they get scammed again. But with Gvardiol, 100 million euros, is he worth that? Some would say yes, some would say no. Let me know what you think down below. Personally, I think they could get him for less. But if Leipzig won't budge and Pep really likes the player, Man City have the facilities to just go, okay, here's the money, not a problem. They'll be all right. It's Man City. So, they'll probably get this deal done if they really want it. And we'll see what happens there. Let me know, do you reckon Gvardiol will end up at Manchester City? Let me know down below. Much appreciated. And there we are. I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new one. I can tell you tomorrow there will be only one video. Do not expect an early video. I will try and condense everything into later in the day, so you'll get a regular timed video, just one tomorrow, as I am away for the morning and the entire afternoon. So I will see you guys in the evening when I am back, and we can condense everything that's gone down. Hopefully we don't get a day of complete madness. Therefore, I won't have to be here for 40 minutes talking to you guys. I don't want to make it too long. It'll be ridiculous. So I will see all of you tomorrow. Make sure you guys are here for that one. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget, hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash like button if you have enjoyed this. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care and peace.